It takes 1 second to read, and God divided the light from the dark. In English, we know what the words divided, light, and dark mean, so we quickly move on to the next verse. But in Hebrew, they reveal much deeper understanding. That's why you need to know Key 1 to master Biblical Hebrew. Hello, welcome to the Explanation with Sam Kneller. This episode is Light and Darkness Divided. It's an exercise. It's now your turn to study. It comes from the course Unlock Bible Meaning with 7 Keys to Master Biblical Hebrew, available at theexplanation.com. This is an exercise for Key 1, multiple translations for each Biblical Hebrew word, from the Biblical Hebrew course Unlock Bible Meaning with 7 Keys to Master Biblical Hebrew. Light and dark divided. Another understatement. Our reading habits, and especially our mind associations, cause us to attribute definitive meanings to certain words automatically. When we read, God divided the light and the darkness in Genesis 1 verse 4, we limit ourselves solely to the physical understanding. We skim the word divided along with some of the most common words in the English like day, night, light, dark, evening, and morning. We experience each of these words every 24 hours. They are such common phenomena that we give them a cursory glance and think nothing more of it. Keeping in mind Key 1, Biblical Hebrew words have multiple meanings. This is a monumental error, but unavoidable in English. The Biblical Hebrew opens up whole new vistas. We're going to focus on divided in this exercise. Look up an English dictionary definition. Check out some quotes if you like to get a better feel for this word. Here are a couple to think about. As every divided kingdom falls, so every mind divided between many studies confounds and saps itself. Leonardo da Vinci. A divided kingdom cannot defend itself from its adversaries. A divided person cannot face life in a dignified way. Paulo Coelho. By the river Piedra, I sat down and wept. Interesting quotes. See how the poetry and philosophy draw our attention away from the essential lesson? Back to the Biblical Hebrew and the separation of light and darkness. Go over to unlockbiblemeaning.com. Do a word and phrase search for divided. Switch to Strong's Concordance. If you want, you can count up the number of times words display in the Bible. Do a computer search on the Strong's results. In Windows, you can use Control F. There are about 50 appearances of the word divided in the Old Testament and 20 in the New Testament. Of primary interest in our study is Genesis 1, verse 4. Notice divided in this verse, and the Strong's number immediately to its right. Click on H914 and Strong's information will display in the right column. Read and analyze that. This is where you'll find deeper meaning in the other translations for H914 divided. What are they? There are 2 further points to note. If you scroll down the left column, all the verses with divided, you'll see that there are different numbers than H914 to the right of divided. This indicates that other biblical Hebrew words have also been translated with the same English word. Realize that as a Hebrew word can have multiple translations in English, similarly, multiple Hebrew words can have the same English translation. I'm not trying to complicate your life. You just need to be aware of the translations you're reading and realize that there's more to it than meets the eye. Second point. Notice in Genesis 1:4, following H914, there's an asterisk followed by H996. The asterisk means there's a word missing in the English translation. Yes, the translator deemed the word unnecessary for translation and simply omitted it. This obviously has an effect on the meaning. At the beginning of Genesis 1 verse 4, click on the reference to open up all of Genesis 1. Then switch to the Interlinear Bible to verify this missing meaning. Notice H914, our translated word. Now notice H996, the untranslated word. Note the translators omitted it, not once, but twice. That merits an exclamation mark, as you'll discover. Click on H996 to open Strong's information in the right column. Read the information there. Now that you have put the tools through their paces and have all the information, it's study time. Check H914 and H996 and draw your own conclusion. What is the deeper meaning of divided? And especially, what does this verse mean? We shall see the answers to these questions in the next lesson. Continue to follow this eye-opening audio Bible course or the free text and video course at theexplanation.com. All the Bible study tools for this course are freely available online, also at theexplanation.com. Let's unlock Bible meaning with the 7 keys to master biblical Hebrew and reveal the explanation.